Hey, everyone. I'm going through a little bit of technical difficulties right this second. Uh, if you can just give me a moment.
Power on. Bluetooth pairing. Bluetooth connected.
All right, everyone. We are live on Facebook. We are live on Twitch, and we are live on YouTube. And at this time, I'm welcoming everybody. Hoping you're having a great and safe Saturday evening. We're here for Shoot the Shit Saturday, and I'm your host, Jason Rumble. And at this time, I'd like to pull in Mr. AJP, Adam Jack Pelly. Yo, brother, can you talk so I can see if my stuff is working?
What's up, brother? How are you?
I can't hear you.
What's up, brother? Can you hear me?
Talk now.
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Excellent. And none other than the man, the myth, the legend. They're so sticky, they're icky. Mr. Jimmy Fingers Bay.
What's up, fellas? I'm picking up food, so I'm gonna be with dark, but I'm gonna switch it up when I get back home. But I wanted to come right on.
It's all right. So let's just kick it off. Forbesy, yesterday.
Yeah, right. Let's clear it up. It's too much.
I just clear it up. I wasn't whining. And the reason why I said it seems that you're putting words in my mouth is because your original post was basically about Vince not the ratings not winning. You would have loved to have seen the ratings stay there for 2 weeks. But to me, it was a basic show. I mean, a thing on just I wanted to tell people what I thought of Wednesday night. I thought it was a great show. I thought it was pay-per-view quality.
So did I, Jay.
In my own belief,
Right.
I did not believe the Soho match lived up to expectation.
Here's for a sec, Rumble. The only reason I don't think it lived up to expectations on your part is. Can I go ahead?
You're breaking up, AJP.
Well, the only reason I don't think it lived up to Rumble's expectations is because he was comparing it to the rest of the show. If you would have compared that women's match to any other women's match, say on WWE, it would have been comparable.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, but
it didn't. It wasn't worthy of living up.
No, but Jay, all in all, at the end of the day, there's nothing we're disagreeing about. Like when I went back to read the post, I understood where you were coming from because it's almost like I did come off like I was criticizing, but that wasn't my intent. What I probably should have worded more articulately. You
should have just came up with the whole new post.
No, what I should have said was,
is this a competition or is this not a competition? Weigh your views in. Nobody's put that up yet, realistically.
Well, again, I didn't articulate it right because I still stand by what I said, but I just didn't word it right. I think we can all agree that we're surprised that it only did a 1.2. That's everything but like full barrels on a show like that. But fuck the ratings, like you said, Jason. It was a fucking awesome show. Who cares what the ratings are? But networks care. And if the networks aren't going to like put pressure on Vince with a 1.2, then he's not going to really change anything. And why should he? There's plenty of kids and their parents that are going to outdraw us. And that's okay. It's fine. Let everybody be happy.
Bro, I can attest that I have a 5-year-old son. My 5-year-old son spends about $100 a month on wrestling figures. And that would be WWE.
Yep.
He wants the AEW ones, but AEW their figures are no less than $20. Whereas you can go into Walmart and get a WWE Elite for $9.99.
Yep. I mean, hey, there's more of them than us, probably. You know what I mean? And that's fine because, again, and I've said this a million times, back when Vince was up against the wall, man, there was danger of him going out of business. He's not, nobody's in danger of going out of business. The wrestling world is thriving better now than it has 10 years ago. If you want to just base it on ratings, then, fine. But there's nothing more AEW can do to, like, okay, maybe Bray Wyatt or whatever. They got a nice roster now. Now they got to trim the fat, and we got great wrestling all around.
But AEW is like welcoming on the wrestling fan, because if you saw that graphic where they're running a week apart in the same venue, did you see that graphic?
No.
Well, AEW is going to hold about 9,000 fans in the venue, and they've sold about 7,000 tickets. And WWE's having 8,000 fans in the same venue, and they've only sold 2,000 tickets. And they're going to be a week apart. I think it's in New Jersey.
Oh,
AEW was just in New Jersey, Pelly.
It's somewhere's in New York.
Yeah, no, I think they're staying in the region, Jay.
Yeah, I get that. But let's just put it to you this way. If you go to Jersey and just hear me out, you're talking the Prudential Center. AEW was just there. They did 14,500 fans that night.
No, I know. And if you look at cities like Philly, New York, Jersey, like those are hardcore wrestling towns. You know what I mean? Like markets for people more so like us.
Yeah, I'll grab them.
All
right, I love you.
So there's no I got nothing more to complain about, man. I'm through bitching. I'm just gonna be like, a nip and tuck here, there, or whatever. Because the only thing that makes it tough right now for AEW, the only criticism I have for them right now is that they're taping the Rampage show, and you can tell that the crowd is gassed, because if you watched last night, it was just a continuation of.
I didn't watch last night because my favorite wrestling was on last night, and I'm very. I'm gonna watch GCW. I'm gonna watch Blood and Guts over professional quote unquote wrestling or sports entertainment. Have it as you will.
Yeah.
But I did flick back and forth for a little while to watch a little bit of SmackDown. And I thought Monday night's program by WWE, it's not adult content, but
but it was better, Jay.
Quality,
it was better than it's been.
Yes, the match quality was great.
It was better than it's been, and that's what I really tried to say in my post, to say that, well, if the ratings go up, then Vince is going to react to it a little bit better, and then maybe, I don't know, make things make a little more sense or better. But it was still pretty good.
Yep.
It's like here's what I just thought.
Go ahead.
It's like two rival high school teams playing basketball against each other.
Hi, guys.
The level of competition is going to go up because you're like practicing harder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You guys want to do the other.
I honestly, right now, I do not believe it's competition. It's two different products.
No.
Yeah,
it's not.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
It is a legit alternative.
Yep. The only competition there is between owners and producers going, look, my program outdrew yours by 500,000 viewers. Oh, mine outdrew yours by 500,000 viewers.
Which means shit to us. Excuse my language.
Yes.
Doesn't matter. We're getting good wrestling.
As long as WWE fills their venues and as long as AEW fills their venues, then what does it matter?
Yeah, I'm not complaining. I'm getting to watch wrestling 5 or 6 days out of the week.
Yeah.
And we get to talk about it here.
Where AEW was a year ago is far greater than they're far greater off than they are now. You know what I mean? Like, I said that backwards. AEW is far greater than they were a year ago.
The only thing that I just don't like still, and I believe that they got to stop doing, is throwing the jabs and recognizing the WWE.
100%. It's time. It's time to stop that now.
Yep.
That's what kind of put WCW under.
Yeah, I think
there's no need to do it anymore. There's no need to do it anymore. They're a good product now, and it's just worry about what you're doing.
Exactly. I think it was a poor taste that Tony Khan came out. I don't know if you seen his thing, what he said.
Yep.
He's like, I want to be number one. I want my rating. We want to be like, you know what I mean? Like, buddy.
Dude, if you got 20,000 for Grand Slam with Daniel Bryan and fucking Kenny Omega and you're drawing a 1.2, it's not happening, buddy. It's just not going to happen as far as ratings go. That was a great show, but like, dude, a 1.2? That's nobody's fault. It's just what it is.
What's going to happen when the NHL comes to town on Wednesday nights?
They got to maintain the 1 million. There's nothing more AEW can do. Like I said, Bray Wyatt's coming next, but hey, Daniel Bryan and CM Punk are bigger names.
So what I said is, what with the NHL coming to TNT, is this when they're moving to TBS for Wednesdays? Because they're advertising Saturday Night Dynamites right now.
Well, you know what, Jay? I mean, you can definitely speak to this, and you too, Pelly. You're in Canada, but ice hockey's not. I don't know, man. It's not that big anymore.
Even basketball is taking over our country more than hockey.
I loved hockey, but like the product itself, it's like I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm older, man. But Jason, you grew up on the same hockey I did, dude. It was
Big Bad Brewing, man.
It was like, I mean, the fighting, and the players, I believe, are far more skilled today. But it's just like I don't know.
That's
man.
because the ice area is so open. There's no more of the zone hitting and the zone defense that they were able to do back in those days to basically clutter the open area. The NHL has become a European hockey style game.
Yep,
taking the hitting out.
Hockey's the number one sport here in Canada, but basketball is starting to like really become dominant. And shout out to Seth Rollins with the Don Cherry suits. I really like those suits.
But sidewalk, you have to agree with Jason just said it. It's become Euro trash hockey. It's like
for sure. And basketball is the same way. There's a lot of European influence in basketball right now.
And go ahead, Jay.
Go on.
I was gonna say take fucking hockey out of places like Florida, give me back the Quebec Nordiques, like give me rabid fucking towns that.
Believe it or not, when you go to see the teams in Florida, that they draw, it's not with their state fans; it's with people who are visiting that love hockey, and they go. I've been.
Go ahead, Rumble.
I've been to a few Florida Panthers games, and they were dominated by Canadian tourists that live in Florida for the year. A lot of them from Montreal.
Huh?
We could put a hockey team, National Hockey League team here in Halifax. We get 10,000 people in an arena for a major junior game.
Well, that may be so. I want the Quebec Nordiques back.
Yes. I don't blame you.
Get rid of the Phoenix Coyotes then.
There you go. Phoenix don't draw. Nobody cares about hockey there. They build those guys in an arena every 3 years and still can't draw.
I want the Nordiques. Give me the Hartford Whalers too.
Yeah, I know. I can see the hat on you right now.
Oh shit, you can?
Yeah.
Hockey was just give me Chris.
I would be eating you a lot. Like y'all just so lucky you took your Yankees hat off before the broadcast.
I was gonna put it on, but I was like, "Fuck it, man." Bloom didn't do shit at the deadline.
Can I tell you something?
The chickens have come home to roost. Go ahead.
No, they haven't, Jim Murray. Jim Murray 2 weeks ago had a box of nails, and as soon as he brought the box of nails out, what did it do? It brought the Sox back into contention. They're tied right now. And I'm going to listen, no, they're not tied with Toronto. They're tied right now with the New York Yankees. Toronto's 4 games back, along with there's a 3-way tie between Toronto,
Boston and New York.
No, Toronto ain't in that mix. It's Boston and New York. The APOC is on. It's Boston and New York are the 2 top guys, with the 3 bottom dwellers of the Mariners, the Athletics, and the Blue Jays are all 4 games behind the Red Sox and the Yankees right now, or 3 games behind. It's going to be the Red Sox and the Yankees are going to host the playoff game. That's the way it's going to go.
There's something wrong with Mike's feed?
Mike's signal, yeah. So, yes, I believe the Red Sox will still make the playoffs. It's going to be the Sox versus the Yankees.
Stanton hit a moon shot.
He did.
It'll be
yeah, it's funny,
like
your cousin
there. Game?
Yep, Tristan Cropsey calling Mike Cornette.
That's
incredible.
Funny,
yeah, I've had a long couple days. I've been there he is. And I've had a long couple days. I'm moving.
Oh, did you find a place?
You're coming back home?
I'm trying to remove. There we go.
He ain't coming back home. You're out of your mind. He's a hick.
Absolutely. No, I'm not a hick. Why would I want to move back to Massachusetts, number 1, where it's overpopulated? You buy houses that are 300 years old for $1 million, and people live right on top of you. Right here in Maine is this is the best move I ever made. I'm 6 hours from anybody. So nobody wants. Some people don't want to visit me, which is fine.
I want to visit you. I'm
I know you will be.
That's why I live in New Hampshire, because it's quiet.
It's quiet. I get a lot for my money. In a year and a half, I'll be putting a prefab on 10 acres of land that was given to me and my wife, and I got a great job. I have 10 really beautiful babies that are 10 feet tall almost in my greenhouse.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that right?
That's right. That's what you can do up here. And you can shoot guns. And nobody gonna say nothing to you.
I'm watching North Wigglaw right now, Rumble.
I'm gonna have to come up there with my fucking 9mm and shoot things.
Oh, buddy, there's a couple of gravel pits. I'll get in touch with my buddy, and he'll bring his machine guns. Dude, we got assault rifles and stuff up here. It's nasty. We go to a gravel pit. You shoot at the gravel pit.
Nice.
So, yeah. So, anyways, to keep it on track, since we got Mike on here, Mike, did you get to watch the Dark Side of the Ring? Because I'm going to be honest, I think this is a great subject to talk about.
Yes, I actually watched it the other day. It's very sad. It's a sad story. I mean, Canyon was definitely talented. I love the Mortis gimmick. You know me, yeah. I know kind of gimmicks. I feel bad that nobody knew what he was going through. You know what I mean? It wasn't even the point that he was gay. It was the point that he was fucked up in the head.
Yeah, man, that mental illness.
That bipolar and schizophrenia. That's not nice. That's not. That's a hard thing to deal with.
Okay, so your cousin there, Tristan Forbesy disappeared. His cousin, Tristan Cropsey, is saying, I'll bring it up. I hear the season has a bunch of WWE bashing. Your cousin there, Tristan Cropsey's trying to put over that quite possibly this season of Dark Side of the Ring will have a lot of WWE bashing.
Yeah, not for nothing, but that's been the narrative the past couple of weeks is everyone's bashing on the WWE and starting rumors and lies that are not even true. It cracks me up.
There wouldn't be any show if it wasn't for WWE.
Exactly. I mean, and I'm not saying anybody here on or anybody in gorilla position that poster is bashing WWE, but Melcher's grasping for straws, talking about the whole Adam Cole was going to be Keith Lee's manager. Completely false. Completely false. I don't know what's up with Dark Side of the Ring. I mean, they're really opening a can of worms. I'll tell you that much. The last two have been bad, for a bad look on some people.
Jeff Ferguson, Jeffrey James. Let me tell you, the Flair things are not rumors, buddy.
No.
Just watch the show Heels. The week before, that old guy does the whirly bird on the show Heels. I had to mute you for that music going on in the background was killing me.
Yeah, the Ric Flair thing is
the Ric Flair thing is real.
Yeah, unfortunately it is. I can see that.
Jeff, in the words of The Rock, it doesn't matter what your name is. You were spreading lies on my show. You were spreading and spewing comments of misinformation.
Well, if Fingers is his uncle, that's
a freaking work.
You're still talking about Canyon?
We're talking about everything. Yeah.
BBB, Fingers is my uncle. All right, so I call him your cousin. You like that better, I bet, instead of being your uncle. I love you too, Jeff. But Ric Flair was a dog. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm glad you're bringing this up. I wanted to talk about this.
Still is a dog, to be honest with you. It's
that subject. Hey, since we're really not doing many during the week, to me, this is more of what went on the week of wrestling. And these dark sides of the ring have dominated.
Yes.
And you have just dominated wrestling news.
So, I mean, the Canyon one, I mean, we've all had our issues. We've all had shit go wrong in our lives. You know what I mean? But the Canyon one was really hard. It was really hard to watch, to be honest with you. Like, he tried to kill, what's his face, more than once.
Mitchell.
Yeah.
Mitchell.
Mitchell had to get a gun to protect himself.
It shows that Mitchell was a pushover when he came into the business.
Oh God, yeah.
I think he's a talented guy. I like Mitchell.
I'm not saying.
But he's talented. But the reason why he's talented is because Canyon put him on the map.
Yep.
Canyon put the Young Bucks on the map.
Yep. When Sinister Minister was in WWE, not ECW, and I would go to the couple of the shows I went to with Bull Montana. We'd be out back with him, Super Crazy, Tommy Dreamer, and just puffing away. Sinister Minister loves to gimmick on the fears or tweers any.
I think he got better as he got older, though.
Oh yeah, I mean, some of the stuff. Oh, shut the hell! Who's that?
That's Tristan Cropsey.
Yeah,
that is Formsy's nephew.
That clown.
Mike. Cena buried him on Howard Stern. Dude.
Cena buried him on Howard Stern. I watched it.
And Flair.
Yep.
They both buried him
because they were working for the machine, man.
Well,
they didn't
at
have
the
his
time.
back.
Yes. I mean, Flair buried him more than Cena did.
Yep.
You're gonna tell me that Canyon wasn't good? He was good.
Oh, he was phenomenal. Great work.
And they're telling him, "Oh, you just weren't that good." That's horseshit. Canyon was good.
With people with mental illness, like positivity goes a little way, but if you're negative to that person, it hurts them so much more.
Oh yeah,
Canyon was 10 times better than Cena in the ring.
Now listen,
the personality.
Well, let's talk about. Wait a second now. Move for move, okay. Canyon had some good stuff, but I'm sorry. I'm gonna come out with this gun until somebody else proves me wrong. John Cena went 60 freaking minutes.
All right, not 10 times.
Shawn Michaels back to back with different matches. I'm sorry, but I cannot take the John. This guy was better than John Cena. Maybe with a mat, maybe like in WCW when he did some cool moves, but that didn't make him like. John Cena is the closest thing we've had to Hulk Hogan, to Stone Cold Steve Austin, and The Rock.
Full package, yes. Full package, yes.
The audacity for people to put in their mouth that John Cena can't work is blasphemous.
Yeah,
I didn't say he couldn't work.
Rumble,
but Canyon didn't suck, and Cena said he sucked.
Listen.
Right. But I think charisma coincides with work as well.
Okay, fair enough.
So, I have a student that has a lot of mental health issues, and if he could get out of his own head, he probably would have been picked up a long time ago.
There we go. Now, see, Mike hit it on the head right there. I believe that you probably could have had that charisma exude out of one Chris Canyon if his mental health wasn't inside his head.
Yeah.
Now, then, if he didn't have the mental health issues and Canyon had nothing but 100% confidence, I loved his gimmick when he came to WWE and what he was doing. So, yes, I believe if Vince gives you the ball and you have that it factor, you're the only one that's determined to fail that. You know what I mean? Like John Cena.
You look at the other page, Rumble. Sometimes the mental illness creates the charisma. Look at Randy Savage. He was crazy and he had great charisma.
Well, now, see, that's Savage and Canyon are two different entities. Savage went cuckoo because of the juice. Okay. Canyon's always been like that, and if you really in depth watch the Dark Side of the Ring and like analyze it, he was so paranoid. He was so paranoid at that time in the late '90s of the boys finding out that he was gay. It twisted his mind even more.
Not to mention, Mike, if you mix in bipolar on top of it,
right,
it's a whole different animal.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a pollock egg.
It's like for him to like call, Mitchell and beg him to take claim of the gay porn and basically come out to Mitchell at that point in time. Yeah, you're paranoid. You're strongly paranoid.
Yeah.
I think if he came out of the closet in 97, 98, 99, he would have got a lot of shit. Look how everyone knew Pat Patterson was gay, but look how long it took for him to come out. Everybody knew it.
Yep. And everybody knew that he used to like the young rink boys.
Yep.
The cream team.
So anyway, and that's me. That brings up a perfect thing about the Pat Patterson thing. Vince McMahon would not care if you're gay, but Vince McMahon will care if you're gay during those times.
Yeah.
Because a pro wrestler was supposed to be the most masculine of masculinity. And if you came out in any way, shape, or form, other than portraying being a Tinkerbell like Adrian Street or Adrian Adonis or
Goldust,
If that was real, you wouldn't have a job.
Right.
And you brought up the analogy, like as to why we don't see it in football and all the major sports because they're not ready.
Bro,
there's a gay player in football that came out.
Yeah, on the Raiders. I get that. Here, but listen, man. Hear me out. Hear me out. If I knew my center and I'd razz with them, but it would take me a little. It would take me a little to say, wow, this hunk of a dude that's 300 pounds that could possibly just light anybody up in the world is just different from me.
Hey, do me a favor, Jason, pull up this clown that just made a comment on Twitch.
Jesus, it's amazing to see so many imbeciles doing a live stream.
I didn't know that we were talking Walmart, but I guess somebody needs to learn how to fucking spell.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Take that, you imbecile clown.
Thanks for watching. Pills is what? Pills in Ibiza. You know what? You need to take them pills and shove them where the sun don't shine.
And he even tried to spell it in Carney, moron.
Piazills.
You gotta love the Marks. You really do.
Yeah. I'd love to know who this guy really is.
We might be touching on a sore subject on him. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh, well, whatever.
Well.
So, first of all, to that comment, nobody calls anybody an imbecile on this show but me.
That's right.
If you have a problem, you can deal with me. Everybody else is an imbecile.
Thanks, Jeff. You just told him.
Anyways, so back to Canyon and not dealing with ding-dongs. So I do firmly believe that beating that he got from The Undertaker was because they found out he was gay.
Yep.
I agree.
Because Undertaker, he lambasted that. Some of them chair shots.
That last one on the head was brutal.
Yeah, knocked him out cold, they said.
Do you think that The Undertaker gave him the beating not just because he came out, but because he was going to put it on blast that he was going to come out? Yeah. And that the boys just didn't want that happening at the same time?
Yeah.
But then I remember 6 or 8 months later, Orlando Jordan came out.
Well, that's because, if you read the email that he sent to Stephanie McMahon, before that, he knew that Orlando was going to come out, and he wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Well, let's face it, Orlando Jordan did not last there long after that.
No.
So yes, Jeff breaks up. I like this, Jeff. Jeff, thank you for that comment right there. Beautiful. I think Jericho said about WWE doing that to bully him was 100. There you go, Jeff. Now see, that's more like it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I totally agree with that. I mean, everyone thinks I'm a WWE fucking fanboy. I'm really not. I just like pushing the buttons. But I mean, what WWE does, it's not right. I kind of like what's going on with AEW right now. I'm starting to get into it a little bit, but they still can't beat them in the ratings, though.
No, we talked about that to open the show.
The analogy I usually have analogies for that, and the analogy I have this week is like WWE's the teacher and AEW's the substitute teacher.
Mike, sometimes even you got to be surprised that show only did a 1.2. You got to be at least a little bit.
Yeah, not for nothing. The first match was incredible. I'll give Kenny Omega credit. I mean, Danielson did carry him a little bit in the match, but after that,
I knew you were going to say something like that.
Well, it's true.
I forgot. I was going to put it. They had a breakdown, and I forgot to post the breakdown. Strikes. defensive stops, all this stuff. A dude broke down the whole match. It was like it was like seeing CompuServe there that they have during UFC fights. It was awesome, and I forgot to post it.
That was a great match.
Oh, it was a good match. It was too good of a match to give for free. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, but wait until the 60-minute Iron Man match comes out, and you're going to pay for that one.
Yeah, that's coming. Like, you can tell Brian was probably taking a little bit more risks than he normally would have.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my God, that dragon suplex from the top rope, I thought he was going to break his neck.
Yeah.
Vince was protective with him on that stuff, and I understand why.
They had to.
Vince, yeah. But now Brian, you know.
Dexter's mom was a writer for the E. Okay, so your nephew dated a girl that her mom used to work for the WWE?
Oh, yes. Oh, my God, that dragon suplex from the top rope, I thought he was going to break his neck.
I love the way that. Tristan used to have a mom, that wrote for the WWE, and she dated CM Punk. She got cancer and died, and then refused to pay the family.
Who could that have been? Like, CM Punk was with Trish. He was with Mickey James too, maybe.
No, so your cousin dated a girl that evidently was a writer for the WWE, and
Her mom.
And the mom dated CM Punk.
It's believable.
The mom was a writer. She was a writer, not a wrestler. Okay, that's cool. So did you ever know that about your nephew?
No.
Okay. You learn something new every day.
Well, look at. I mean, look what they did to Dr. D. Hey, someone's talking shit about the business. Take care of it.
Yep.
David took care of it. What happened to him?
Yep. Bang.
Vince can discard people very easily, like the trash.
Well,
yes, he can.
And has. Dr. D was, you talk about someone on the stick.
Oh, he was amazing on the stick.
I was a Dr. D fan, man. I was definitely a Dr. D fan.
He could hang with the best of them. I mean, his content was definitely would have worked well in the Attitude Era. That's for sure.
Yeah, not now. It wouldn't have worked now. It's the cancel culture is just phenomenal.
I went on YouTube, Mike, right, and I grabbed clips from here and there, and I compiled them all onto a YouTube clip for a 20-minute Best of Dr. D, and it's got like 100,000 views, and it gets commented on every day. Because all of the clips that are out there, you know, they're like a minute here, 2 minutes there. So I actually took the time and made a 20-minute. And my God, Jerry Lawler. He says, you got a disease, boy, and it's AIDS. Just like all hardcore shit.
Well, you know, there's a few workers, him, Piper. They're all before their time, to be honest with you. Yeah. They're way ahead of their time.
But the accusations that D was making, especially towards Backlund, he was like, "You like to hang around with the little kids, huh? And you don't got no girls around you?" Like, he basically was insinuating that everybody was gay, and it was just funny on how he would say it because his cadence was different than everybody else's. Plus, he had the southern drawl.
Mississippi, Louisiana.
I've seen a lot of people in San Francisco that looked like women, but they weren't women. Hulk Hogan. It's just
I mean, that's, you know, especially down south, dumb boys. They don't sugarcoat words.
Well, not to mention how they did promos on Tony Atlas, JYD. It was very racist.
Well, that was during the day where people actually could take comedical jokes and
oh yeah.
It like a picture of Eddie Murphy coming out nowadays.
I think the same thing, Jay. Delirious? Come on.
I'll tell you right now, this day and age, I wouldn't want to have a kid that's 5 or 6 years old. No way.
Well, I unfortunately do.
Yeah, you do the brother, all the power to you. Because the way things are going and the way this world is going, it makes me nervous.
With a 16 and an 18-year-old, Mike, it's tough on them too because they're
I know.
old enough.
I have an 18-year-old. I know.
So they know what it was like when life was different, and therefore this is the life they're going into in their prime. It's very upsetting to them. There's going to be a lot of depressed kids out there.
Yeah, and my daughter's one of them, and she don't want to do nothing. She doesn't want to work full time. She's scared to go out of the house. Trust me, it's not easy. It's not.
If you pull into a Dunkin' Donuts or a KFC like drive-thrus, they're short workers, like to the point that they have to like shut something.
Nobody wants to work anymore. Fingers, nobody.
Why? I just don't understand this. How can people not work? The government ain't got no more money to give them.
I don't know. Everyone seems to think that another lockdown's coming in the fall. I don't believe it. If they try to lock us down again in the fall, in the late fall, early winter, they're going to cause. It's going to be an uprising.
And you know something, Mike, and not to be political because I don't want to go there, but what I'm saying is all of the things that have affected our culture socially, you know, with BLM and everyone else like that, they're all going to unite up against the government if they try to fucking control them like that again.
Yep,
it's going to get ugly.
It's going to get real ugly. It really is.
They can't. No. They cannot do that again. They cannot.
Now they're talking about mandating vaccines. That's never going to fly in this country.
Yeah, it's pretty close to it, Mike. When it comes, I mean, people. I know that me professionally, I'm being forced. I've said it a million times. I know I said it in the past, but if I have to like forego, I can't forego my salary. I can't.
No, listen. I started working for the Teamsters Union last month. And that whole mandate came out of 100 people or more. The Teamsters basically told them, right here, we're not forcing anybody to get something they don't want. And they can't.
I think that sucks for the people that are season ticket holders to the Bruins and Celtics this year.
Yep.
Yeah, you'll see more of that. You're already seeing it at the concerts, you know.
Yeah, well, TD Garden already came out and said it.
Government has to be vaccinated by December 8th.
He's right. Absolutely.
Yep. Why, is the government not vaccinated?
Anybody who's in the military.
Not everybody.
Anybody who's in the military, full service or National Guard has to be vaccinated by the 8th. So
imagine what that could do. That you could lose a lot of people in the world's most strongest military.
We're doing vaccine
easy pickings
passports
for
here.
China.
We're doing vaccine passports. So if you have to do like non-essential stuff, is go to the gym, go to the bar, or go like to church, you got to show that you're double vaccinated or they won't let you in.
Yep.
Wow.
Talk about
Twilight Zone.
It's not even that. Let's compare it to back when they segregated, when they were doing the segregation.
Be right back, guys.
If you were white, you were good. If you were a black person, you were bad. Same thing. If you're vaccinated, you can do whatever you want. If you're not vaccinated, they're going to fuck with you.
Interesting.
Why do you think I carry? All the time.
My best friend works for a construction company, and because he works on a military base, they have to get vaccinated too. Wow.
Are they union? Answer me if they're union. Yes or no? Please.
I would have to say if they're working on a government property, they're union, Mike.
So the union is fighting it. I know the Teamsters is. Because I'll tell you right now, who I work for has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plants, and they all have 15 to 20 drivers at each plant.
So while Forbes has got Mike, what'd you think about Monday Night Raw?
Honestly, dude, I watched the first hour and a half, and I couldn't stay up any longer. I worked a 15-hour day that day. The whole Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax thing.
Yeah.
That was a hard-hitting match. That was actually a pretty good match. The opening match, the 6-man tag was good.
Yep.
That's what I
The
saw.
main
Yeah.
event. What was that, Pelly?
So that's the match I saw. I thought it was pretty good.
The triple threat match I caught on YouTube. Wow, that was a very good match. Very good match. The only way I believe Roman Reigns comes to Raw with the bloodline is if Finn Balor beats him on Sunday.
Wait a second now.
Wait.
You know, like I'm gonna. That's why I gotta say this because it's funny you say this. I haven't really been online much this week, but there is something that I seen either yesterday or the day before, and I seen people predicted that Finn Balor is winning on Sunday, and I thought that they were out of their mind.
No, I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
This is a shot in the dark, but I'm going to tell you why. The New Day is back on Raw.
Yep.
That 6-man tag was a tease. I'm going to tell you right now, okay? The Usos are losing the tag titles tomorrow. Roman Reigns is losing the title tomorrow. I'm not. This is a shot in the dark. But what they're doing with Finn Balor, they're making him more dark, more demonic. The lights are going out. He's showing up out of nowhere. He's doing all kinds of Undertaker kind of stuff. So I can see Finn Balor staying on SmackDown, winning the Universal title. Roman Reigns goes to Raw with the bloodline, beats Big E for the WWE title. They give him back the title, boost up Raw, okay? And the New Day bloodline feud for the rest of the year up to WrestleMania.
So what does that do with Brock?
He goes to Raw.
Well, who does Brock pick a fight with?
He's going to pick a fight with Roman Reigns. They're going to
feud
both.
Will it just basically bury Big E afterwards, or how does that go?
I don't think they'll bury him. But I honestly can see Roman Reigns losing to Finn Balor.
Yeah.
He's had a title for how many days now? 400 and something days?
Mike, and do you think with Finn Balor, they're going to make him a bigger, badder version of Bray Wyatt, kind of?
I don't know. But what they're doing with him, and I like what they're doing with Finn Balor, to be honest with you. I love the demon gimmick now. It's not that cartoonish stuff they did in the beginning with him. They're making him really demented, and I love it.
Okay.
You know me, dude. I painted my face for how many years and did the dark gimmick. I love that shit.
Yeah, I know.
I like with the lights going out every time he comes out. It's amazing. And then I saw the end of SmackDown. The lights went out, and here he was. He appeared on the top turnbuckle. He later beating all three of them.
Why not? You're giving, if Bray Wyatt's leaving, why not give him something bigger and better than Finn Balor?
Well, I hope Bray Wyatt's not leaving, but it's looking like that.
Mike, I honestly believe that Bray Wyatt is gone.
Yeah, so do I.
Well, the only way he'll stay is if they throw a shit ton of money at him and give him complete control.
Yep. I think that, how do I put it? I think that a lot of the people that have gone and left are part of the generation of getting the participation award.
Fingers, what are you eating?
Salad.
Except for Cole. Adam Cole has come out and said that he has no hard feelings with WWE and that he still talks to Triple H and Shawn Michaels on the daily.
All right.
Why wouldn't he? You know what I mean? Those relationships are good.
So the one thing I didn't like is now that I think of things, the WWE did shitloads of things for Daniel Bryan. For Daniel Bryan to honestly say he felt like he wasn't wrestling is some of the biggest BS I've ever heard in my whole life. He had some of the greatest, to do the things with Kane, for Vince to let him have a world title and make it out of recycled fabric and put it around his waist, regardless if the idea came from Daniel Bryan or the higher-ups, says a lot that Vince McMahon would do that for him.
Thank you.
Me personally, even though I'm not on the WWE payroll, I have nothing. I'm disappointed as a human being that he would say something that hurtful to the WWE?
Listen, there's a lot of WWE bashing going on. A lot of it has to do with Dave Meltzer, which is the biggest fucking clown going.
I'm starting to agree with that.
Fightful Select, sometimes they get it right, sometimes they don't. Dirt Sheet Radio sucks because they listen to Dave Meltzer. Sucks. So I put it to you this way: when I see it, then I'll believe it. I'm not listening to no rumors. I'm not listening to any crap. If Bray Wyatt shows up next Wednesday, all the power to him. If he doesn't show up next Wednesday, then he's waiting his 90 days.
Well, I think what he meant, Daniel Bryan meant was like WWE might have held him back with his wrestling because that match he had with
Kenny
Omega.
having seizures.
He was having seizures and doing crazy stuff.
But he never put his life on the line like he did with that match with Kenny Omega the other
Are
night.
you out of your
mind? Did you see what Kane and those guys used to do to him, picking him up 9-10 feet in the air and slamming him onto tables? And
That's what put him into retirement, though, Jay.
I'm sorry.
That's what put him into retirement after the Intercontinental match.
But still, I haven't seen him wrestle like he did Wednesday night that I did in a while.
Because they were, dude. Look how long it took him to get cleared to come back. He was having seizures.
Not your fault, but to say that that's the first time you've seen him put his life on the line like that is erroneous. What put him
in a while? Maybe I'm wrong. In a while.
No, they're not. Right? No, they're not. No, they are most certainly not credible at all. No, they're not.
I like Fightful Select. I think Fightful Select.
They're just as bad as Ringside News. They're not.
I disagree. I think Fightful Select.
I'm not talking about Fightful. I'm not talking about Fightful Select. I'm talking about the two clowns that he just mentioned in the comment.
So let's get to this. The best news I heard all week is the brand new analogy that what NXT 2.0 is doing. So aside from what we were told was going to happen, it has been brought up that the girls are dressing more scantily clad. True.
Yep.
And that they are amping up the verbiage, meaning that it's becoming more adult content in the verbiage.
So, let's continue with NXT. So, after my conversation, and I posted a picture of who I was with.
We know Christian Casanova, but he has to be restricted to so many things he can honestly say to you because he could get fined.
Okay. Well, this is so. I'm just gonna put out real quick. Vince McMahon, nor Ryan Dunn, nor Pritchard are writing NXT at all. And when Helmsy comes back, he's going to Raw.
I knew that. Yep, I kind of figured that Triple H was going to Raw.
Triple H is going to Raw. Shawn Michaels is now in charge of NXT. So Dirt Sheet Radio can stick that in their pipe and smoke it because they don't have a fucking clue.
Vince is just overseeing things.
Correct.
And the reason being that they're letting all these young guys is because so many people are under contract that Vince can't stand paying these people. So he is basically told all these guys, go out there and produce. If you don't produce, you're fired.
Sink or swim.
Yes, Tristan Cropsey. Carmelo Hayes is a good friend of myself and Mr. Mike King. His name on the Indies or in New England was Christian Casanova. And yes, Mike has a picture of them two, last weekend at a local wrestling show in Massachusetts. And that's where we're getting the source from.
So stick that in your pipe and smoke it, you clown.
So with this NXT 2.0, I guess they're looking at newer faces and like a new edge to it. I don't know if I like it or dislike it.
I just don't like the look. I don't like the colors. That's in my eyes.
A lot of the talent love it because they can interact with the fans more.
Yes.
You're going to see a lot of people of the upper NXT be called up.
Like
He's more credible than you are, you dumbass.
Dexter Loomis.
LOO, he is a credible source. I'd hope he's a credible source. He works for the fucking company.
You moron. Jesus Christ.
What's your nickname for your nephew, there, Fingers?
So-called Tristan.
So-called Tristan. Coming up with so-called answers. I hate the Braun Breaker is not using the name Steiner.
I hate it.
Oh,
too.
it sounds
Well, there's
just like
heat
his
there.
uncle.
That's why.
It sounds
there's
just like
still heat
Scott.
with them, right?
What-
You know that.
Wait a second. What do you mean we're throwing shit at the wall? Please. Say it. What do you
You're
mean?
an idiot. You are the biggest clown out here right now. Shut the fuck up. Oh my God.
Nobody throwing shit at the wall, you moron.
Thank you. Thank you, Rumble. Thank you.
My God.
There is heat. I think there is heat with the Steiners with WWE because
I heard it was more or less with Scott Steiner and not Rick, because
Yeah.
Rick brought him there.
I never
I
hear
heard
anything
Rick-
negative about Rick Steiner. Have you?
no,
No,
I
I
think
heard-
it's got to do with Scott.
I think it has a lot to do with Scott Steiner.
Yeah, because
And-
Scott he came out recently and said he hates Triple H with a passion.
He calls Triple H Hunter McMahon.
It is funny when he says that though. It is funny. As much as Steiner is an asshole, he's right though. He is right.
Yeah.
He is right. Triple H has got his head so far at McMahon's ass. It's pathetic.
He you know, if you look throughout going back to his Click days, man, he's attached himself to the upper echelon.
He's not stupid. Never
So-
was a stupid man.
What NXT guys are going up?
From what I heard, and I don't know, they're trying to get Gargano to go up. He might go up because now that his wife is pregnant.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to see Cameron Grimes go up because Vince McMahon, I heard, does not like him. Doesn't think he is.
He's a good sized kid.
Superstar.
Disagree, man. He's a good
I
sized guy.
disagree with that. LA Knight definitely. LA Knight's definitely going to go up.
What about
Hey,
Timothy Thatcher?
Who?
Timothy Thatcher?
I heard he's injured right now.
Yeah.
What about Dexter, man?
Wow.
I don't know. And no,
I don't know if I
and
put
to your-
Dexter Loomis up yet. He's too hot for the brand.
And to your question about are him and India are a couple? No, they're not.
Kyle O'Reilly. I don't see Kyle O'Reilly fitting
Nope.
on the main roster.
MLW. He's going to MLW.
Yep.
Well, he's
He'll be
signed a
fine.
contract.
But isn't MLW affiliated with WWE still?
No, they never have. They never bought them.
They never bought him.
Well, Bobby
They never
Fish is
bought
there,
him.
right? Bobby
Who?
Fish.
Bobby Fish is in MLW. You're correct.
Oh, they got rid of Bobby Fish.
Yeah,
It ought to be interesting too, because a lot of guys, 5 guys just came off in 90 day. Nobody real interesting. It was like,
well, AEW passed on Murphy.
oh, jeez.
Did they?
The Bollywood boys?
Yep.
Did he go
They're,
somewhere else,
They're
Mike?
going to be working. They're going to
Buddy
be
go
working
somewhere
Canada,
else?
and when India opens up, they'll be working India.
Well, I'm going
Right.
to put it to you this way. I talked to Robo the other night as well. And if Robo's not brought up to Dynamite and within the next month, he's probably going to get scooped by WWE.
Really?
Yeah.
Someone from NXT came from AEW. I forget his name. I think he was working Dark. Clearly, they changed his name. I don't know who it was, but someone from Dark just got acquired by NXT.
I'm kind of pissed off they changed that kid that was doing that Evolve gimmick, that dark gimmick.
Okay.
I don't know why they stopped that because that was hot.
Joe Gacy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was doing it. It was good. I don't know why they stopped it.
And then what he got beat down this week by a newcomer, right?
They put him in a tag team with Briggs.
No, that's not
another guy.
Gacy. That was a
Another guy.
young kid they put in our tag team with Briggs. Gacy came out again this week in that blue shirt and blue
Oh
gig
yeah.
and he jobbed to somebody. I thought it was.
I don't know.
Was it Braun Breaker?
No, because
No.
him and Skip are tagged.
Him and Tommaso.
Who did he?
I forget. He was doing a promo.
That Duke's kid.
Yes. And then the guy came out and just beat the crap out of him because he was sitting in the middle of the ring.
So here's one for you. So the kid that Carmelo Hayes is with,
Yep.
they put him together. They put them two together 2 days before Tuesday night.
Yep. I believe it.
Good chemistry right off the bat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. So, all right, boys. I think it's getting time. We covered enough. And let's just give our last 2 cents. Adam Jack Pelly, what do you foresee happening this week in the world of professional wrestling?
I don't know how AEW is going to follow the show that they had last week, but I'm looking forward to watching it. And I'm looking forward to seeing how this bloodline thing continues. And I got 2 more weeks on this boot until I can walk on it. So
Good for you, buddy.
So we're gonna start seeing you upright next in 3 weeks.
not next week, the week after. I should be back to my apartment.
Everybody thinks it's such a nice thing that we let a paralyzed guy on our television show, a bedridden paralyzed guy, and I just go with it. I'm like, you bet, with equal opportunity. You know, the guy can only move his head. The guy can only move his head, and there's another robotic string that brings his hand up to his head to go like this and back down every so often.
Poor Pelly.
Is Lashley on the card tomorrow?
No.
They didn't make that a triple threat then, huh?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Very interesting what they're doing with Lashley right now.
You're going to see the Hurt Business come back.
Okay. Who they add? They're gonna add Keith Lee.
Bearcat.
Okay, you freaking ding dong. I like that name. And he's paying homage to another wrestler, so shut up.
I didn't say nothing. I just said Bearcat.
Yeah, you're an idiot. From the rumors that are going around is they're bringing back Benjamin, Cedric Lee, and one more person. And I don't know if it's going to be Keith Lee or not.
I'd like it to be Keith Lee.
It should be. They're working him as a heel, so it should be.
So what is he called? Big Bear Keith Lee?
Bearcat Keith Lee.
Bearcat Keith Lee.
So he's
Okay.
paying homage to Edward White, right? The wrestler that was in the late 50s, 60s that refused to wrestle in any segregated matches. You're an idiot. Plain and simple.
He made it to the 70s, Mike. He wrestled some matches in the 70s as an old timer.
Yeah. He refused to wrestle. He wanted to wrestle everybody. And from what I read up on it, you ding dong. He was very popular babyface back in the day.
Okay. Forbesy, what are you looking forward to this week?
For the card, Extreme Rules.
Yep.
I'm looking for somehow Lashley to make an appearance and somehow Lesnar to make an appearance and brush up against each other somehow.
That's what you've been a big advocate for the Lashley Brock Lesnar.
I want to see it too, honestly. I really do want to see it.
Well, hell, why not?
Like I can see whether it's a Hurt Business deal, whether they maybe somehow make a fuck finish for the Demon so that way he doesn't take an L clean. For it to be some kind of schmoz where it just involves everybody and just chaos.
You weren't online when I said this, but I do believe the only way I do believe that Roman Reigns will probably go to Raw, but he's going to lose to the Demon tomorrow night.
So the draft happens next Friday, and then a week from this Monday.
Yep.
Okay.
Mike, you know why? You know why that I don't think that they'll take the title off Roman yet? Because they're gonna want him to pass CM Punk's reign of the 425 days. Vince is vindictive like that.
You have a point there.
Very well put.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that. I would love to see. I forgot. I lost my train of thought. I don't know. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I hopefully it's a good pay per view. And they pull some surprises.
How do you guys think about the? Does Becky Lynch seem like it's a forced heel turn? Like
she wanted to go heel.
No, I know that, but it doesn't seem to be fully working, in my opinion. The fans are still cheering her.
Well, that's what it is. There comes a point in time where you have to let the fans dictate what you are.
They tried to do it the first time, if you remember. It was just like, no, we can't do it. Babyface it
because
is.
she went with that. She went with the Stone Cold Steve Austin gimmick, fighting against the upper office, and that automatically is going to make you a face. I don't care what day and age it is, who it is, going to make you a face.
How about
going against the man makes you popular?
How about some predictions here? I think Alexa's beating Charlotte.
Yeah, I do too.
Especially in light of the Rick stuff. That, like, again, the vindictiveness. They'll just like.
Well, no, I don't think that they would do that because Rick went to them and probably said, "Hey, this is coming out. I need to go because I don't want any bad light on the WWE." I don't think they would do that to his daughter. Now, if Rick was still there, that's a different story. But he asked to be released.
I don't know if you guys touched on this because I know, Mike, you brought up Dockside. I don't know how much of the plane ride stuff you talked about, but the way they edited Tommy's comments followed by the stewardess, it was like they sandbagged him.
I don't think they sandbagged him. I think he sandbagged himself.
Yeah, no, he did. But like,
he's got a lot of heat on him. He needs to disappear. He's got some major heat on him. Like they kicked him off the Robert Dudley show.
Yeah, he's not on that.
Nope, kicked him off. So he's suspended from that show for the time being. He's got major heat on him right now. So he needs to disappear.
Yeah, but like I could tell by like Tommy, I knew what he was trying to say.
His eggs are scrambled. I'm sorry, but he's compared his weird hairstyle to things, and then trying to put over the fact that it's Ric Flair. When he puts on his robe, man, everybody should want to watch him dance around naked and swinging his dick. Yeah. Like, man, Ric Flair.
You know, not for nothing, and Tommy Dreamer, he's been in the business a long time, and he works his ass off to get where he's at, and he ended up getting the book for TNA. He shot himself in the foot.
He did.
Shot himself right in the foot. And when he was booking for TNA, it was getting interesting. It was getting good.
Way too nonchalant on what the world is like nowadays. If he had just been like, hey, Rick is who he was, and nowadays, would that be accepted? No, it wouldn't be. Now that we sit back and, like, he did say that at the end. Well, nowadays it wouldn't be accepted. But I mean, it's what he said leading up to it that just made him look like it's Ric Flair, man. You telling me you wouldn't want your mom to touch Ric Flair's dick? Like, that's basically what he said.
It doesn't matter who it is. It's still wrong. It's wrong.
I know that, but like just the way he said it, it's Ric Flair.
I'm not yelling at you. I'm just saying in general.
Go get your mom for him. See Ric Flair's swinging his dick around. Everybody got to touch it.
No, I know, but you keep in mind though too that 7 hours on the tarmac, 3 alcohol cabinets. It's like, would these guys have done this in their right mind? No. You heard Scott Hall's excerpt. Hennig probably Mickey'd his drink. Scott Hall would never remember doing that. what he was accused of. There's no way he would remember it.
There was tons of Mickeying going on. And then when you almost have when Brock Lesnar almost goes through the side of the plane.
Listen, back then, Jason and I were coming up back then. We know the shit that we went through with veterans, ribs and everything else. So it wasn't fun.
Was Vince on that flight?
Yes. He sent Jim Ross to calm things down.
That was a pussy move.
Well, no, Jim Ross was in charge of the talent.
Jim Ross is in charge of the talent. That's what Vince hired him for.
He's the boss. Jim Ross was the boss.
Jim Ross was the boss, man. Vince was just the guy that signs the checks, bro. Jim Ross had probably the most push or the most pull. He had the most pull in that company besides Vince.
If you noticed, like during that documentary, 90% of the people involved were nowhere near that documentary.
Nope. Because look at what happened to the one guy that said, "Oh man, Ric Flair, it's him in his robe, yeah!" Like Dreamer sounded like he wanted to touch his dick.
Well, it doesn't look like Ric Flair is going to be managing Andrade anytime soon.
Nope.
If AEW touches him, they're fucked.
Yep, they're not touching him.
They have just cancel cultured the most popular wrestler besides Hulk Hogan through to the 80s and 90s.
Yep.
And you know what's fucked up too is that they set it up for Rick to come in when Andrade turned on Chavo. So like Chavo's, Andrade's like in limbo. He's just got that interpreted.
Well, rumor has it he's not happy with AEW right now.
Really?
Yeah.
He's not being used to his full potential.
Nope. He is not happy with there at all.
Neither is Cage.
Neither is FTR.
Really?
Yeah, their contract's coming up soon.
Well, look at them. They've fallen down. You know what I mean?
Why is Cage not happy? He on top, basically.
No, he's not. Not after they brought in Cole, they brought in Punk, they brought in Danielson.
He's not even being used, Jay. He's not even on TV.
Nope.
Well,
he wants out.
He wants out, really.
He would fit good in WWE.
He'll end up there. He'll end up there.
He's an idiot for even leaving.
He was mad because
he didn't want to take a part-time contract. What a pussy.
He'll end up in WWE. He's right up Vince's alley.
Yeah,
right up there. He'd be him and Brock would be good.
Yep. But the thing of it is the difference between Brian Cage and the other big guys is Brian Cage can actually work.
Brian Cage I thought Christian Cage.
No, Brian Cage. No, Christian's on top. You're right. Christian didn't go nowhere.
Christian's on top right now. That's
Brian just needs a mouthpiece, because he's got his voice don't match his.
You haven't seen Brian Cage in like 3 weeks on TV, Rampage or Dynamite.
I had no idea that Canyon trained him. None. I had no clue.
Whoever wrote that about FTR is correct.
No, FTR is unhappy because the Young Bucks are always in the picture. Those guys are awful. Who's awful?
Young Bucks.
Please. Oh my God.
Overrated.
No,
sorry, bro. I have to agree with that comment.
It goes back to the inmates running the asylum, man. The FTR is one of the greatest tag teams out there.
They are. I agree with that.
They're taking finishes from Sting now.
Yeah. Those are words. I'm going to say this right here. You're going to hear this from me. I'm eating my words on the Sting signing.
Yeah, FTR is down the shitter right now.
Eating my words.
You want a bowl or you want a fork? You want a spoon or a fork?
No, I'm openly admitting that I did not think that Sting could do any of this. This is really, if I was Vince McMahon and Sting could still do this, WrestleMania in Texas would definitely have Sting versus The Undertaker. Yeah. And the match could actually be good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no doubt. I mean,
that match will now never happen. For real, now will never happen.
No. But
Sting signed 5 years with AEW.
Sting is this generation's Ric Flair.
Yep. Without the whirly
I am
bird.
surprised how well he is working. He's working very well. For
Bro,
Ric Flair
was carrying people at 60 years old.
Yep.
As much as of whatever you want to, Ric Flair is a piece of shit, more or less. In the ring, nobody could touch him.
I like that comment right there.
But when I watched
that would be a good match.
When I watched AEW Wednesday night, every time I saw Sting like take a corner or take a bump, I get worried.
Hey, Sting hung around for 5 years after his injury. He wanted that match.
Yep.
Vince wouldn't give it to him.
And now Vince is probably saying, holy crap.
Yeah, but Taker didn't advocate for it either.
Nope.
Yep. But I guarantee the Taker's looking at that match right now going, holy crap, if I had just advocated for this. Why do you think Taker never really advocated for that match? Do you think that he always thought Sting was overrated?
Doesn't matter, man. How many?
No, I don't think so.
Do you think that just he never thought it was going to ever do anything in the measuring stick? Like, why would
he think that?
From what I understand, they're pretty good friends.
Okay. I'm not saying myself that I didn't think it was going to add to a measuring stick. I'm just saying maybe the Undertaker just didn't think Sting was at his level.
The stare down alone would have made the roof come off. The stare down alone.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the Sting of the mid 90s, late 80s, the Crow Sting, that would have been that would have been bad.
Totally. Agreed.
But here's where Sting fucked it up. If you guys can remember the vignettes in 2011 with the mysterious man walking through to the cabin in the rain with just the boot showing, that was meant for Sting. Sting chose to re-up with TNA. Otherwise, that match would have happened in 2011. So Sting deserves blame too.
Yeah, but you also have to look at it from Sting's point of view. And they did it to him at WrestleMania. They made him look like shit because he worked for WCW for so many years.
And that's what, and that he did say that in multiple interviews.
Yeah, and I agree with that. They treated Sting like shit. Totally agree.
But nobody would have expected Sting to beat Taker anyway, though. So he would have had to take that loss.
I understand that, but give the guy. I mean, Sting has also came out and said that he almost signed with WWE right before they signed Nash and Hall. So,
and if you do recall, after that Mania was over, the NWO was booked like shit.
Yep.
So Vince was waiting to bury that last nail with Sting, and Sting was right.
Yeah. Well, listen,
but we still should have gotten that match.
You leave, you go to WCW, you start a revolution, and you think you're not going to pay when you lose. Of course, you're going to pay.
How the thing that blows my mind, and I think we can all agree on this, is that when Sting finally did come, who was clamoring for Sting versus Triple H?
Nobody. I wasn't.
Should have been Sting Taker right out of the chute, and then
it was Triple H. That's it. Triple H wanted that match with Sting, but what if Undertaker really wasn't feeling that match and Sting wanted a veteran to start off with?
Well, you also understand that at that point, that time, Undertaker was in bad shape.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, that was following the Brock Lesnar thing where he had the concussion.
He was in bad shape, so he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it.
But Taker ended up fighting Bray that SummerSlam,
But if you go back and watch that match between Bray and Undertaker, you could plainly see that Bray was carrying Undertaker the whole way.
Yeah.
Undertaker was in bad shape.
Yeah.
So and that was supposed to be being passing of the torch. But look where we are now.
he going to be sitting ringside in Rochester, New York on Wednesday
Well,
night.
no. Well, if he doesn't, so basically how it works is that if he does show up next Wednesday, he opted out of his 90-day clause.
So he's not allowed just to be a fan and sit ringside.
No, not at all. If he shows up Wednesday night, then he opted out of his clause and he signed with AEW.
Which is what, Mike? Is that 90 days pay?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think Tony Khan would compensate that in some way?
He might, but it all depends. Bray could still be talking to WWE about coming back. You don't know. Everybody comes out and said, "Oh, he's signing with the AEW." You don't know that right now. You have no idea.
I think Bray is looking at the excitement that's going on over there and saying, I want a piece of that. And he's got a storyline right there for him waiting.
Yep. I think they've been laying that storyline out. The Dark Order has been doing that for him to send him subliminals and say, you need to sign here. This is where you belong.
Well, we'll see.
Well,
I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just going to say I'll see it I'll believe it when I see it.
I think it'll happen, but not this week.
No, I think he's going to stick with his 90 days because he probably wants an opportunity to go back and prove himself. And he's probably negotiating.
He's got nothing to prove, man. He's got nothing to prove.
In his eyes, he might. Who knows?
I don't think in his. I think that guy has done everything he's supposed to do and then some. He got himself over twice.
A lot of people and like veterans in the business think he should go into horror movies because he's really good at it.
He's still got something in the tank to give, man.
I'm sure he does.
Yep.
For a guy that
I agree
of his size, man, he's a very good wrestler.
Agreed.
I'm going to tell you right now, if he doesn't resign, you're going to see. You're probably going to end up seeing Elias in the Fiend mask.
I wouldn't doubt it after what they did to Hall and Nash.
What?
With Kane and
Elias. Have you noticed they did the whole Elias is dead thing, and then they just stopped doing it? $5 holding up in the Fiend mask. They still own the Fiend character.
Okay.
that would not shock me. Again,
it won't shock me either.
Fake Diesel and fake Razor, like they would do something.
And they would try to, but the thing of it is, they'll try to pull it off like it's actually Bray Wyatt. They'll like have him like do cornrows in his hair and put him in a full suit so they can't see his tattoos. Guarantee it.
Well, you can tell that Elias has a build.
Yep.
Over Bray Wyatt's big old belly willy.
Well, Bray Wyatt doesn't have a big old belly welly anymore.
We all saw that last picture of him. He looked better than he ever has in his life.
Yep. I'm just saying.
And I'll tell you what, if you remember the Husky Harris stuff, do you remember when he was under the tutelage of Punk and Punk whipped him with the friggin' strap like 20 times? I can see Bray doing that to Punk because Punk likes to show respect to that history, man, like he did with the 1-2-3 Bret Hart match because that was Bobby out. I love that shit, man. I love seeing shit like that.
I'm gonna say this. I am a Punk guy. I love Punk, but he's getting kind of fucking redundant by bashing the WWE and taking shots. Let it go. Let it go. You're in AEW now. You're back in wrestling. Be happy and shut the fuck up about WWE.
And you know what, too, Mike? He's too happy. Like, he's too happy.
He's going heel soon. Guarantee it.
Yeah, he said it when he did his promo this week. Yep, I'm happy because I'm back, but I could end up the old way. I liked how he did that.
Yeah,
on his promo.
He's working out his kinks, man. He's getting there.
Yep. Listen, wrestling itself. I said it to this kid, Mike. You know Kenny Lockhart.
Yeah.
Kenny's the last guy that he's in a wheelchair. The WWE has done many good things for him.
Yeah.
He is the last dude on earth that should be shit talking WWE the way he bashes the WWE right now. And he's one of these ones that just it's a one-sided affair instead of it being an incredible time to be a professional wrestling fan, because you have a lot of different choices that are really good products.
Right.
Hey, Sidewalk, how do you feel about the involvement of the Owen Hart tournament and everything with AEW? Do you like that? I'm very happy to see that.
Like I said, I don't think his wife was I saw this somewhere too. I don't think his wife is mad at wrestling and what happened. I think she's just mad at Vince McMahon.
Well,
yes.
I'm gonna kibosh that in about 2 seconds. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mike. I want to hear it.
So,
no, go ahead, Mike.
So, I read an article from a credible source that she has forgiven the WWE, and she's going to allow him to go in the Hall of Fame either this year or next year.
So then, why would she condone to let the Owen Hart Why would you let the Owen Hart Foundation?
Mark Henry's got a lot to do with that. He was very good friends with Owen, very good friends, and still friends with his family.
Hey,
Mark Henry's got a lot to do with that.
AEW, I don't care as long as Owen Hart's name is out there. I'm good, you know.
Well,
as I stated before, and I'll say it again, competition between the AEW and WWE is great, but when it all boils down to is we are still all boys. Doesn't matter who we work for. We're still part of the business, and we're still boys.
Hey, how many dudes from AEW congratulated Big E, man?
Exactly.
That's a dude that deserved it, man. I'm so happy for Big E. Regardless of maybe it should have been done on a pay-per-view here, whatever, man. Big E deserves it.
They did it because they wanted to boost ratings. That's why.
Yep.
Got the pop they wanted. The Garden went nuts when he won.
See, Mike, that's why in the very beginning is this is why I wanted AEW to succeed, so that way WWE will react and give us something.
AEW is going to push Vince's buttons to the point where he's going to say, really? You want to fuck with me? Well, here we go.
Good.
Who's Brat losing to Brody?
You meant to say Bray.
Bray.
Bray losing Brody fucked him up more than what the WWE did to release him. That's why I think AEW is the place for him, for the way they kept Brody's personal situation private.
I agree with that.
So what are you trying to say? That if Brody had gotten sick, the WWE would have said, yep, Brody is in the hospital with fucking corona?
No.
Okay, so I don't think that the WWE is going to handle this situation any different. I think that the WWE, and I pointed this out, that on the network, the WWE paid tribute to Brody Lee.
All his matches, didn't they? They did like a matches.
They put a tribute and a special section up on the WWE network.
I know, but they didn't do it on TV though, Jay.
But listen, wait a minute. They let the boys do it themselves.
Yes.
You understand? It doesn't matter who you work for, and this is what I'm trying to make a point here. It doesn't matter who you work for, Fingers. What it all boils down to, us as professional wrestlers, we are a family. It doesn't matter. Jay can be working for WCW and I can be working for ECW. We're still friends and we're still the boys.
Hey man, you know that the Click and the NWO were buddies still, even when the when the Monday Night Wars were happening. They never stopped being buddies. And plus, it was cool how Big E paid tribute to Brody again when he had his.
So if Vince had anything against Brody Lee, they would have cut the mic right there, or he would have said before the show, say one freaking word.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear that the WWE handled it wrong. They just weren't going to recognize the fact that his name was Brody Lee, but they put up that he died at the beginning of the show. They put a sign up for him.
I got another good one for you. So I don't know if any of you guys are on TikTok, but you know who Braun Strowman's dating now, right?
No.
Raquel Gonzalez.
Yep.
Oh, Pelly, I remember you saying that the other night.
Yeah.
AEW also passed on Braun Strowman as well.
Really?
Yep. So did TNA.
Yep. That means the Beast incarnates. That means that the monster among men could soon be coming back to the WWE.
Yep.
What about
Especially
Ring of
now
Honor?
that he's dating Gonzalez. Absolutely.
And he shaved his beard off, didn't he?
He's trimmed it down, yeah, but it's growing. He's growing it back out.
Okay. BBB, nobody is saying the WWE handled it wrong. All right, buddy. No problem. I'm sorry. I'm a very passionate person when I read.
Yeah, he's growing his beard back out, though. So,
What about Ring of Honor and his relationship with EC3? Nothing.
Ring of Honor can't afford him.
Yeah.
Ring of Honor is on thin ice and it's cracking underneath their feet.
Ring of Honor is definitely one of them promotions that's on life support.
Yeah.
That's why I'm wondering how is Impact surviving with 52 people around the ring?
I just want to see
because
them
they have
boys.
a multi-million-dollar music star bankrolling their company. That's why.
Who?
No, that's NWA. That's NWA.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, Scott DeMoore is going to be out of money one of these days.
Does he owns TNA now? No,
Yes,
I thought Owl owned it.
Owl
Who?
does own it.
Owl owns it.
But Scott DeMoore is part of their is their executive president.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean he's going to run out of money.
Runs the he runs the company for the owners.
Yeah.
Who's worth a damn in TNA Impact right now? Sammy Callahan?
Yes.
Really? Have you not been paying attention?
No.
The Bullet Club is actually in TNA. Jay White. They've added a few other people. Shitty's there. They got some good workers there. I actually like what TNA's doing right now.
Sammy Callahan just broke his ankle.
Yeah, he's out for a while.
Wow, him and Eddie were a tag team.
Yep.
They had some great stuff, man.
It's just hard for me to watch the Impact in their little filming place because nobody's sitting down. It looks, and there's 2 rows of standing people. Like, it almost looks like I put the wrestling show on.
You're such an ass. You really are an ass. Stop.
It looks like we cut the lights over at the storage facility where the Belltime Club is and put an entranceway where the garage door is, and I'm letting people stand around the ring. Mike, that's what it looks like. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's telling the truth.
Telling you the truth.
That's why I'm laughing, because I see it. Now I freaking see it.
That still doesn't take away that there is talent over there.
All it needs to be heard on camera is like your loud voice yelling, "You fucking ding dong! You sell that!" Oh, I'm not supposed to talk like that. I'm Apocalypse. Seeing Fat Pat Dillon in the corner scratching scratch tickets.
He's not fat anymore.
Well, can I tell you, he's still out of shape, Pat. That gastric bypass is whatever, but them eyebrows, he's got porn stashes above his eyes. And then he's got like this little patch of hair like right there, and the rest of it.
Just shave it off.
With about 6 pieces of hair that it's like Charlie Brown with the little bit of Elvis Presley right here.
Oh my God, this is great. Well, I don't know.
Good show tonight, boys. Good show.
Yeah, it was
Excellent. So listen, let's watch with anxious ability there on Sunday night. Let's watch Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Come back here on Saturday and talk some good shit.
Yeah, it's a good time to stagger the shows. It's, you know what I mean, so that way you just don't burn out.
I wouldn't be able. Honestly, I would not be able to do it during the week because my job is just right now. It's the busiest time of the year. I'm working 12, 13-hour days.
I think that this gives a better talk show.
Because we we have a full week's worth of data to discuss.
Yes.
You know what I mean? In review, opposed to like as it's coming. We've done shows while there's been shows live on the air. You know what I mean? So I got to a certain point in time when we're doing 3, 4 a week. You know, just burn out. You know, burn out on.
I do have to say that I got blocked by Tony Khan on Twitter.
Why?
Because I called him out on his bullshit lies.
You're on Twitter, Mike? What is this?
Stiff Mike.
Let me look here. Don't leave just yet.
When he put out that they were the #1 show on Friday night, I go, that's a bullshit lie. Somebody needs to freaking learn how to add. Blocked.
See, that's stupid. Like, if you're gonna put yourself out there like that, you got to take the criticism.
Yes.
Because he has no idea how to add because SmackDown destroyed him that night. Destroyed him.
All right, Mike. There's about 15 stiff mics out here.
No, there's not.
Hold on.
There's Apocalypse at Stiff Mike. It's got a true wall with an owl in it.
You didn't say it.
How are you? Great. Are you enjoying your Saturday night?
Yeah.
Awesome.
My Twitter handle is at Stiff Mike. What's yours, Jimmy?
At Pink Cat Fingers.
At Tribal Wisdom.
Oh man, that's old.
Yeah, but at Jimmy Fingers, I think, is in there.
Boston's best band, Tribal Wisdom.
At Stiff Mike. Come on, man. I get frustrated by Twitter because I don't get any responses.
Are you guys gonna do a reunion night one night?
No, it's over.
Totally.
Yeah,
it won't come up for me either.
I got it.
Yours.
I just
got it. Yeah, I got it. Yep.
Sidewalk, are you on here?
Twitter?
Yeah.
Not really. No, I got to make a new one.
BBB, are you?
No, I hate Twitter.
Hey, your boys blew it tonight, huh?
Bro.
Yeah, your boys blew it, dude. Fucking. I almost
put the Yankee
set. There's the pink hat coming out, baby.
All tied. Hey, listen.
Stanton hit a moon shot.
This is what I.
Moon shot. He killed that ball.
Killed that ball.
He's running.
Be able to play basketball. They're playing volleyball right now. Yeah. You guys can't go down there. What? Residential Life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they won't. I don't feel like hearing Rich because you guys really can't be on campus till Monday, anyways.
Okay.
All right, fellas.
Thank you.
All right, boys. All right.
Use that mute button.
Yeah, you know what the mute button is?
Yeah, I know what the mute button is. Real life.
Time, you jackass.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, they blew it hard, boy. They were up 2-1.
They were up 2-1.
They never should have took Huck out.
No, they should have never took Hulk out and put that lefty in. Once that lefty, I knew he was going to throw Stanton something right down the middle, and Stanton took it 500 feet.
Yep.
They should have went in the 7th inning stretch and put those ugly uniforms back on.
Listen, Forbesy.
I know, the marathon.
It has to do with the marathon, man. Why are you going to down that?
Because they're not giving a fucking red cent to any of the victims.
How do you know?
How do you know?
My sources.
Yeah, sure. Okay, there's the black hole information.
Okay. Now, see, wait a second. When those jerseys came out last November and they showed that they were paying homage, they said in that the proceeds from those jersey sales and hats were going to the marathon victims.
Okay, but they're still ugly.
Agreed.
They're
But
freaking giant bananas with blue tops.
Listen, it looks like UCLA. You're right. But it's just like when the Red Sox adored Cowboy Up or grew the beards. Like, teams go with stupidity. Especially sports is hugely superstitious. And I'm just glad they didn't go with the 70s uniforms because Chris Sale does not like anything that's not button up. Chris Sale would have cut them things up into ribbons.
You know what, man? You popped me with that statement because clearly I know what you're talking about, and a lot of people don't.
Yes.
Because the uniforms that you're talking about that he cut up in Chicago were those fucking ugly ones with the collars that they wore in the 70s, the white shirts with the black collars.
It was the 1918
It was the 1980s uniforms that were white with a blue. It was a blue V-neck, and it has the red and blue that grows across like this.
Oh,
Yeah.
he
He didn't want to wear it.
He did not want to wear those.
He cut the sleeves and everything so he could pitch.
Now, the softball uniforms, he purposely scratched himself from that start 3 years before so he didn't have to wear them.
He's a big. See you next Tuesday.
You know, well,
I
great
think he's
picture.
grown up since then.
Oh, yeah. Listen, like I said, that it's we are going to see, it's going to be Boston, New York, in New York, one game. Game's going to be in the ninth inning, and Stanton's hitting the 500-foot home run and winning it 3-2.
Oh, I would love that one game playoff, man. Because
That's what it's
going to end up being that.
And hear me out, and I know nobody wants to hear this, but if the Red Sox swept them this weekend, right?
It was over.
With the easy schedule the Sox have, I don't think
it was over.
It was over.
Yep.
Right now, if the Sox get swept and they're one game behind, you're letting the Blue Jays, you're letting the A's, and you're letting the Mariners right back into the thick of things for the last week of the season.
Yep.
That's good for baseball.
The Red Sox need to take that one tomorrow. Regardless if they lose to the Yankees tomorrow, they still win the season series, but that does nothing unless the Red Sox and Yankees are legitimately even at the end of the season, which would mean if the Red Sox and Yankees are tied, that game is in Fenway Park. Because it goes to who won the season series.
So was 78, man. That was at home.
Buddy, fuck 78. What about Aaron Boone? Just as bad as Bucky Dent. I don't care.
Yeah, but the difference between now and then is that the Sox have won 4 World Series. Back then, they had none since
I get
1918.
Yeah.
So we don't have to worry about those type of demons anymore.
No,
they can
You
start.
don't have to worry about any of them. You got a Whalers hat on, you clown.
I like the Whalers hat.
Me too.
I like the old school. I like the old school.
You hear that Tuukka Rask might be re-signing with the Bruins?
Yeah, who cares?
You know, they spent $20 million on that goalie from Buffalo. Don't even know his name. And instead of letting
his last name is Loomis.
Yeah. Okay. So where's Tuukka fit there?
Well, I honestly think that he might. The Bruins said they want to bring him back. He said he wants to come back. He's rehabbing at the Warrior Center.
You don't think that Swayman deserves a shot to even be?
I think Swayman deserves a shot to start.
From what I understand, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I was told Tuukka ain't going to be ready till after the new year.
Yep.
So you get to see what this goalie tandem looks like for a good 2.5, 3 months.
Yeah. And let me tell you something. If the Bruins are in first place by like 4 or 5 games, I guarantee they're going to tell fucking Tuukka to pound it.
Yes, you got that. Yes. I think they're looking at the fact that they put Tuukka in the news is because it makes Tuukka happy.
Yep.
That's all. And Tuukka said it. He don't want to play anywhere else but Boston.
Yep. And
you guys
that tandem, go ahead, Pelly.
Do you guys know they're doing the same divisions as last year, the Canadian and the Eastern?
Love it.
Yeah, they are.
I was told that they're not doing that this year.
What are they going back the old way?
They're going back to the old ways.
I hope so.
There's nothing better than Montreal Bruins week.
Yeah. But like I said,
Turncoat Forbesy over here in that ugly looking painter's cap with the and his goofy looking Habs shirt on.
Forbes is like the flavor of the month. Whatever team's doing good, he likes.
The transplants are coming in, boys.
Well, did you really get transplants?
How are we looking?
You did not.
Look at that.
What's wrong with you?
How's that looking? Huh?
There you go. What'd you go see, Doctor?
Dr. Leonard, baby.
Dr. Leonard.
Did you really?
Look at that.
Are you ripping us?
Look at that.
It
huh?
looks full
What's wrong with you?
I'm what do you call it?
He's going through He's going through a midlife crisis.
Yeah.
All you had to do is shave part of that beard off and just go like that.
Mikey, I can get you a discount.
Dude, I look good bald. I'm good.
Dude, when you smile and laugh, you do look like Father James Mitchell with those eyebrows.
Oh,
That's a compliment. I like James Mitchell.
Whatever you say, bozo. I
All
haven't
right,
seen no
boys.
naked pictures of you and your dogs yet.
yeah, we don't listen. Enough with that. I love my dogs too, but
Season 2 Dog King coming soon. All right.
All right,
Get
boys.
out of here.
Well, I want to thank everybody in Facebook land, in Twitter world, and on YouTube for watching Shoot the Shit Saturday. We'll see you guys next Saturday. And don't forget, tomorrow night on Peacock Network, for the viewers in the USA, it's WWE. What is the pay-per-view?
Extreme Rules. With
Extreme
no extreme
Rules.
With
With
no extreme matches.
with no extreme matches.
I will, like, really? Come on. Like,
That's crazy.
Carmella and what's her name is this extreme match?
who?
Oh, yeah.
What's her name? I forgot her name.
No, not Liz Morgan.
Liv Morgan.
All right.
Zelina got her first W though, with a nice Canadian destroyer, I might add.
EC3 and Braun Strowman will go to the same company together. Have you seen the free
No, they won't.
the narrative stuff they're doing? Okay. Anyways, that's the last thing we read. For everybody, enjoy the weekend and support professional wrestling. Thank you very much.
Take that with you.
Okay.
Have a boom. Good night.